Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time! We are still in 1986, and we are still in The Bard's Tale 2. We last left off, we started playing the game. I said I was going to do a bit of level grinding. I have ended up doing much more than I originally thought I was going to do, but there is a good reason for that. I am up to, I believe, level 9 on our characters. We'll take a look at them. You might notice that Gothmog is no longer in the party. Basically, once Mary is strong enough to be able to take a couple hits, you no longer need Gothmog, and you need an empty spot because there's going to be characters that kind of join along with you, and they are very useful. So we are going to stick with our party of 6 here instead of the 7 we had last time. Let's go ahead and exit the guild here, and as you can see, everybody has their spell points all the way back. That is nice. We will start by looking at Arwen as I pull up all my notes that I'm going to need for all of this. Arwen is now in the number 1 spot because of the low AC. As you level up a monk, they just kind of naturally get their AC lowered. And having a dexterity of 18 will help with that. We now have strength up to 13, constitution up to 13, and I usually can attack for multiple times. As you can see, I'm up to level 9. I have a ton of experience. You get up to level 9 at 50,000 experience. So it took a little bit. I think I've level grinded, if that's the term, level ground. For about 5 hours, give or take. It took some time. And I'm kind of recording immediately after finishing that, so hopefully things go well. I did get 57,000 experience and gold. It is what it is. Everybody just kind of has their own, and it's been fine for a while. In terms of equipment, Arwen is basically on the same stuff that we gave her to start. I believe that I transferred the chainmail over to her at some point, but everything else is kind of what it is. AC is not a huge issue for Arwen, so she's kind of low on my priority list when it comes to armor. And so basically what we got in the shop is going to work. Durin actually is going to be a little different here. Durin's maxed out on strength and constitution, which is nice. Dexterity is up to 16. If you don't remember or didn't see the Bard's Tale 1, basically when you get a level up, there's a random stat that will get a +1, and I've been manipulating saves in order to make sure that everybody gets the stats that I want. Strength and constitution up to 18. Dexterity still needs a little bit of work, and then I will no longer care. Maybe I'll try to get luck instead of intelligence, but ultimately, Durin is doing pretty well for himself. Both Arwen and Durin will be able to hit multiple times per attack. I believe it's at least 2. At level 5, I think I started being able to hit twice. I believe at level 9 is 3 attacks per turn, but I have not gotten into a fight, so I haven't been able to test that. I do have some new equipment for Durin on top of the Tower Shield, Helm, and Gauntlets that we purchased. For a while, Durin was on the Halberd, which I was able to purchase for him, but I found a Spell Spear, which is supposed to do more damage than the Halberd, so Durin's on that now. I also picked up a Mithril Plate along the way. These all came from battles, so definitely some upgrades for Durin there. All right, next up we have Aragorn. Aragorn is also level 9. Pretty much almost everybody's going to be level 9. Maxed out strength, maxed out... actually, that's it, maxed out strength. 1 away from what I need for dexterity and constitution. And a good amount of gold. Aragorn is still on the Halberd and did get upgraded to the plate armor. That just kind of moved its way down. So... good attack. Aragorn can only hit once, but as Aragorn levels up as a hunter, Aragorn is going to be more likely to do critical hits, and in this game, critical hits are instant death. So, looking forward to that. It has happened from time to time, but I'm hoping that it happens more often as I continue to work with Aragorn here. Then we have Mary. Mary is maxed out in Constitution and Dexterity. I was really trying to get that Constitution up. As you can see, only up to 67 hit points, and Mary is in the front row, is in melee range at slot number 3. But the AC is pretty good on Mary, so hopefully Mary doesn't get hit too often here. Then we have gotten a couple things here. Mary now has the tower shield, the leather gloves, and the helm. Those are the best things that Mary can have there for now. And I got a second mithril plate, which neither Arwen or Aragorn can wear. Actually, I didn't check Arwen, to be fair, but Aragorn couldn't wear it, so Mary was next on the list. And that's why Mary's AC is so low, -3. Very nice there. All right, now we got the mages. This is going to take some time. First, we have Círdan here. Círdan has just been magician the whole way. So now we have max IQ, max dexterity. The other stuff doesn't necessarily matter as much, but I'm trying to work on Círdan's constitution, which is pretty low, and we don't have a lot of hit points, but, you know, I'm kind of using Círdan as a mage, so that makes sense. Where we're going to have to spend some time is not only in items, because I picked up a shuriken, that's a throwing item that Círdan can't equip, and a cold horn that has 50 uses. I honestly don't know what that does because I can't find a list, but I assume that casts a spell, but I'm just not sure which one, but we'll probably test it out at some point and see what it does. It has 50 uses on it. That's what that £50 means. But you might notice that mage spells are up to level 5, so it's time to briefly, and I do mean briefly, I'm going to try to go fast here, go through the magician spell. So we already went over level 1. Level 2 is holy water. That's 6 to 24 points of damage on supernatural enemies, so like zombies and demons and things like that. It won't work on, you know, an archer or something like that. Then we have mage gauntlets that does 4 to 16 points of damage in addition to the character's attack. So you put that on a character, they do more damage. Area enchant, that will cause the dungeon walls of a stairway to call out if we're close to the stairs. I have maps. I'm not going to need that. Then we have one of the best ones in the game, Ibarra's Mystic Shield, named after Joe Ibarra, the producer of the game. This one will make it harder for everybody to get hit. So I will be using that, and I'll show you how to deal with all that. Then we have Osgon's Ogre Strength. That increases the strength of a party member. I probably won't be using that one too much. Then the real big thing at level 3. And this is why you need to get up to level 5 on your characters if you're going to do anything good, because then you can have access to Starflare. Starflare I'm going to be using a lot. It takes 6 spell points. It can hit enemies up to 40 feet away, and that's important because that's the only thing that I have that can hit enemies that far. At least for a while it was. And it'll do 10 to 40 points of damage to an entire group. And until you get this, I would not recommend going into the dungeon. So we have it. We can go into the dungeon. I've been doing my level grinding in the dungeon once I got Starflare, because you'll see groups of enemies. I think the most that I've seen so far is 15 of a certain kind of enemy. It's not fun if you're trying to tackle them one at a time. So Starflare is definitely nice. At level 4, we have Spectre Touch. That is 15 to 60 hit points of damage to a single foe. That is nice. And Dragon Breath, our second group attack spell, costs 7, and it does 11 to 44 points of damage. At this point, my spell points are precious, so I'll probably be sticking with Starflare and not going for Dragon's Breath. It's only like, 1 to 4 points more of damage, so not a huge deal for me. I'll probably be sticking with the 1 point less of spell points because it's just that important. At level 5, you have Anti-Magic, which will prevent enemies from doing damage to you with magic. That way you can also escape. You can also get rid of illusions. Yeah, I'm hoping not to need to use that too early on. Like, it feels like we're already so far in the game and I've just started. And then we have Stone Touch that'll turn an enemy to stone. And that's level 5 magician spells. And it's already nighttime. I've been talking for a while. All right, and finally we do have Finrod. Finrod is a little weird. You might notice level 8. Experience is a lot lower. What happened with Finrod is I got Finrod up to level 5 of Magician, and then I switched Finrod over to Conjurer. We'll go over how I kind of do all this as we continue. I might actually have to go back to the guild to reset the time. But once I got access to that Star Flare for Finrod, I switched over to Conjurer. So let's go over the Conjurer spells. We kind of already went over level 1 spells. Mage Flame does light. Arc Fire does 1 to 4 points of damage. Multiplied by the caster's level. So this right now would do 8 to 32 points of damage against a single foe. Then we have Trap Zap. I'll be using that quite a bit. It'll disarm trap and it'll work on chests. Then at level 2, we can freeze foes. It works on an entire group. It slows them down and makes them easier to hit. Basically, it lowers their dexterity. Then we have Keel's Magic Compass. It will show the direction that we are facing. Then we have Word of Healing. Finally, a decent magic healing spell, but it's variable. 4 to 16 points of healing when you use Word of Healing, and it's 4 spell points. So not the best, but at least you can do more than 8, because I'm often getting hit for more than that. Level 3, we have... I should actually point out this stuff. Ta-da! There we go. So we have level 3 Magician spells and level 4 Conjurer spells. So at level 3 Conjurer, we get Lesser Revelation. That's a longer Mage Flame spell, so a longer light spell. We can do Levitation, so you can float over traps or up and down through portals. That's a nice little note there. We'll probably need that later. And then the Conjurer learns War Strike, which does 5 to 20 points of damage against an entire group. Not nearly as good as Starfire. Was it Starfire? Starflare. War Strike, not as good as Starflare. Just not nearly as good. So that's why we went with the Magician route to start. And then finally at level 4, we have Elix Instant Wolf. You can summon a giant, extremely fierce wolf to join your party. I probably won't be using that. And then we have another healing spell, Flesh Restore. 10 to 40 points of damage will be healed for 6 spell points. So this is the one that I'm probably going to be using a lot. It also will help them if they are insane or poisoned. In terms of items, torches, lamps, stuff like that. But I also got these light wands, and I have 80 uses of those. They will cast light. I believe that there's a trick for this. If I sell it back to Garth and then buy it back, it'll come back fully recharged. So we'll try to keep an eye on that. We'll see if it actually happens. And it's daytime again, so I can kind of just show off things a little bit more. So we're at the Adventurers Guild. That is the way out. We want to go south a couple times. Remember, here is Garth. Let's kind of tour around town a little bit. So we'll start by going north, actually, all the way to the north here. And then here is a temple. If you need healing, you can get healed here. I would recommend using your spell points and just trying to kind of wait around during the day. It's a lot cheaper that way. But if you get withered, this is, like I did, then this is where you need to go. If you have the old status, it costs 1,800, at least when I did it. It was so expensive. All right, then here is our tavern. We can order a drink here. We can talk to the barkeep. Arwen, you talk. Talk ain't cheap. We'll do 100. I have so much gold at this point. The crypt lies in the wilderness, the barkeep whispers. Yes, it sure does. And it's pretty close to here, so kind of useful, I guess. Then we'll order a drink and we will get merry drunk again. I think that I can do multiple ones now. We'll do 3 just to be safe, so that hopefully I can use the spells a little, or the songs a little bit more. Speaking of which, let's turn that on. And number 3. Yeah, we're still turning that off though. All right, we can continue circling all the way around. Nothing else of importance here until this corner, where there is another temple on the corner here. And the way this game works, it doesn't matter which way you're facing, as long as you point at the temple, you are good. All right. Here, this one is important, but we're going to skip it for now. We'll continue going down here. Is it this one? No, one more. All right. So that's the corner. 1, 2. There we go. This is a blackjack gambling spot. So let's head in. Welcome, wealthy ones. Your gold, no credit given, is always good here. So we can gamble for money. We'll do it a little bit. I haven't done this, so I don't know. Sure, Arwen will play. Okay. The dealer smiles and opens a new deck of cards. That's always a scary sign. They're shuffling. Let's press a key to cut the deck. For the record, I'm also, I should have brought this up before. I'm also playing at 2 times speed. I feel like it goes a lot better that way. I only bet up to 199 at a time. We'll bet 100. Blackjack, I win! Hooray! We'll do a new hand. I won blackjack to 13. And I won 200, so just kind of 2-to-1 odds there. Just a regular win on blackjack, I guess. A lot of places will give you like an additional like 50%. Not that I know or anything. All right, so blackjack, you want to get close to 21, right? Aces are 1s and 11s. Kings through 10s are all 10, and then all the rest are numbers. Standard rule of thumb here is at 17 against a 4. The dealer is across from me. They show a 4. It doesn't really matter what's underneath. I'm going to stand. Stay on 17. What are the chances of me hitting and getting a 4 or less? Very low. So I stand. Dealer busted. Dealer went over 21, so I win. The goal is to get to 21. I am decent at blackjack. If I go to a casino, which I've only done a few times, blackjack's my game. So 17 against a 7. Once again, I'm going to stand. Dealer won. Yep, they got 21. They sure did. Can we do something interesting other than me standing on 17? Nope, I'm going to stand on 20. I also notice I can't split. Dealers will hit on 16s or higher, 16s or lower, and stand on 17s or higher. All right, come on, one interesting one, and then we can go. Right, so I have an ace-2 against a queen, so I have 13. I'm trying to figure out if I want to double down. There's sometimes you want to double down. I don't believe ace-2 is one of them, so we'll just hit. And now we're at a normal 13, a hard 13. So I need an 8 or less. Let's hit. And then that's a 5. It's hard to read sometimes. That puts me at 18, so I'm going to stand there. Dealer busted. All right, we'll tip. Have 100. Knock yourself out. You're supposed to tip the table as you leave. Wait, I have to play again? All right. 13 against, what's the X card? I don't know what that is, but on a 13, I'm going to hit pretty much no matter what. 15, I don't know what you have, so hit again? I've busted. What's the X? What is it? All right, we're good. We'll just leave. All right, so that's blackjack. It is nighttime again. Some things can't happen at night. All right, we want to face south here. Go all the way down, and then about halfway here, I believe this one is another tavern. They call it an inn in this game. Up here, through kind of, now we're starting to get into the middle. Here's another temple. And then, let's see, where can I go here to show off things? I guess I have to go back to the guild. Yeah, like I said, we kind of just took a full circle around. Exit. And the song is over, for the record. Okay, so back in here. Wait, if the song's over, then I'll drink another ale. Order 3 ale. There we go. Okay, back into the middle. So this one here was a temple. Notice I'm not getting any fights. If you want to get into fights, you have to go into places. All right, here is the important one. Right here is the review board. This is this is the only review board in town. There are multiple towns in this game, and there are multiple review boards, but this is the only one in this town. So we can go in. I don't think there's really anything for me to do here, but it works the same way as the other one. You can advance, and if you have enough experience, they'll move you up to the next level, but I have a ways to go. Yeah, from 50,000 to 85,000 is the next level up. So that's why we're kind of recording now. And then should you want to acquire spells, you can, and you have the proper levels and the proper amount of money, and that person needs that money, you can get the spells that way. And then you can do the class change. I won't show that off now because we'll show that off later, but that is how I switched Finrod. Okay. After that, we can go north here, and I believe one more. Yep, here we have another inn/tavern. I don't know why they need so many, but they're here. And then on the left side here, on the west side, we can find a very important spot. This is Roscoe's. Welcome, my friend, to Roscoe's Energy Emporium, franchised. Who needeth spell points restored? And outside of just waiting, this is the only way to make your spell points kind of come back really quickly. The guild used to be like instant. I loved it in the last game. This time, you either need to wait or buy. I'll probably be taking advantage of that once we finish our tour of town, because I'm going to have to cast a few things. Where am I? What happened? Okay. Is this... Yeah, so that's Roscoe's. Okay, so north here, west a bit, south into the full middle, and then right here is the bank. I probably don't need to be using it, but we might as well test it. You can deposit, like, enter your 4-digit account number. 0000. Please enter the amount of gold that you wish to deposit. Now I have to remember that. I don't want to remember that. All right, so we set up an account. We put 100 in there. So we'll check accounts, and then there it is. I'm not sure if it gains interest. I don't think it does because I don't have any recommendations to put anything in there. But should your characters die, your money is in there. Good to go. This is Better's Bank for the Bold, but I probably won't be using it anymore. Okay, so into the middle here, we'll go to the eastern side. One more. What? We went way too far. All right, there's Roscoe's, the other side of... is it Roscoe's? Yes, Roscoe's. All of a sudden in my head, I had like the real life Roscoe's, and I'm like, wait, that can't be right. There's another gambling facility here, and those are all the things in town, except for one very important thing. So before we do that, let's head here to Roscoe's, just outside Roscoe's, and we will cast some spells here. We will go with cast. Right, there we go. Cast. We're going to have you cast Mystic Shield. And then everybody's stats go down, which is nice. And we'll have you... right, cast. I always feel like I should be able to cast from their character screen, but that's not how it works. And then we'll have you cast... What was the other spell that I wanted to do before I went on? Levitation. And... Magic Compass. There we go. Okay. So then we can go in and we can heal 75 in gold. It's not the worst, but it does kind of add up over time. Okay. And then we can go around north and then east. Let me make sure I'm going the right way here. No. I need to go north more. North all the way to the outside. And then east, so now we're on the kind of outside loop again. And remember I said this spot was important. Let's head inside and see why. Welcome, adventurers. The magician to the king stands before you. I have a noble quest for you. If you'd hear the tale, you can listen to him, take the stairway, or exit the room. We'll start by listening to him. The story is a tragic one. The daughter of Endor, the mighty, king of all the land, has been kidnapped by the Dark Lord, whose domain lies just under this chamber. I would rescue her myself, but the Dark Lord has laid a mighty spell upon his domain, and I am barred from ever entering. You, however, can make it in. If the princess is found and brought back to me, I will grant each of you some additional experience points. And of course, the king will be most pleased. I am told that if you get over level 11 before you do this, he will not give you the experience points anymore. So I'm told level 9 is when I can start thinking about being able to beat the dungeon. It takes that long. So hopefully I can do it. Take care and be sure to map every inch of the Dark One's domain. I'll be waiting here for you to return. We're not mapping it out. I have a map already. Okay, let's take the stairway, which means that I have to insert the dungeon disc. That is done. We'll press the key. And eventually we will be in. Remember, this is at 2 times speed. All right, so nope. And then we can have you... no, right. Actually, use Finrod will be using the light wand. And there is our spell. Very nice. Okay, let me switch over to the right map. Okay. So the stairs are in the bottom left corner of this level. We can go, we're facing north. Let's go north twice. And then we should encounter a magic mouth. Do you remember these guys? A magic mouth on the wall. Shout, turn back, adventurers. You are not the first and you won't be the last to attempt to save the princess. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And now we get to go on a tour. There's a part of me that doesn't want to, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to just try to show off some key spots and ignore a lot of fights, because fights around here aren't that great. We'll go all the way north as far as we can here. The door here looks as if something was trying to get out, and that is true, and we'll go into this fight, but I'm going to be honest, I might back out after this fight is over. Oh, I should play the Bard song, shouldn't I? It is... All right, so I feel like we don't need number 3, which lowers AC by 1. Let's do 4. Which will increase hit points and damage inflicted. Okay. And we'll go in, and everything kind of freezes because we're going to get into a fight. Give me blood, man, you scream as you face one guardian. He's 10 feet away, which is melee range. This game does kind of take that all into account. They have to be in melee range for your front line to hit them. They can be further away and avoid your hits. So you really do need some sort of attack spell that can hit enemies from a distance if you're going to come down here, because there are mages that will never approach you and they can keep you at bay. We'll talk about that should we fight them. But Arwen's up first. Attack, attack, attack. Mary can attack. Not going to be super great, but that's okay. Attack, and then defend, defend. Guardians aren't too bad, but they do have a way to wither us, which will make us old, and then they'll lower all our stats, and then I have to leave and go to a temple and heal them and come back, so let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, Mary does 2 points, and Arwen does 44. Kills it. All right, we'll disarm it. Mary can do that. Oh. No. You can examine it. You found nothing. Trap Zap costs 2, and I don't have like a rogue with me, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. It's not gonna be a great chest. 192 experience, 2 pieces of gold. All right, so that's kind of one of the more difficult fights on this first level. Obviously not so bad for us now, but if I was lower level, that would have been more difficult. All right, just before this kind of narrow passage there, we're going to take this one, and this is where I'm going to start doing things that I haven't done because it wasn't necessary. We're going to take this path straight as far as we can go, warp it all the way around, get into a fight along the way. Death and Dreck, you curses. You see 2 kobolds. Kobolds aren't too bad. We can just regular attack them. 3 hits for 38 points. Mary even killed one with his mandolin, just smashed somebody up the head with it. And we found an instrument that will have to be identified and then can be sold. After that, it's probably a mandolin. All right, and we can take this kind of spiral all the way around, and in the middle here, in the room beyond the dark, lies the bite behind the bark. To avoid a gruesome fate, line your arrow true and straight. And then we get into a fight against a rather difficult fight here. Okay, so we have 4 black priests and 4 giants. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to have Arwen attack the black priest, Durin attack the giant, Aragorn attack the black priest, Mary attack the giants, and we are going to cast... Yes. We're going to cast Starflare at the Black Priest with Círdan, and Starflare at the Giants with Finrod. Okay. Down goes 1, down goes 2, down goes 3, down goes 4 giants. All the giants are gone. All right, Arwen gets 1, Aragorn gets 1, and Círdan gets the other 2. Círdan gets the other 2. All right. Anytime you see a mage, especially early on, you really want to go for it. To avoid a gruesome fate, line your arrow true and straight. Okay, so that is a bit of a clue there. And sorry about that. All right, we're good. Let's circle around all the way again, all the way to the end here, all the way to the west. We can then turn south, go forward once, and then here's a long, narrow hallway. We will take this one, get another clue here. A wandering creature offers to join your party. You can allow it to join, fight it, leave in peace. We'll allow it to join. Sure. We'll accept the kobold. Let's rearrange the order then. This time we have to kind of move everybody around. There we go. Kobold will die. Kobold will die pretty soon here. All right, the bloodstained wall shows that many battles have been fought here. Not useful information, but it is there. Step forward from here, and there is a good chance of a fight. As far as I can tell, there's nothing that's going to show up every time, but there's a good chance. We'll go north kind of to the end of this little spot, and then we'll go east once, kind of outside of the box, and then head south from here all the way to the wall. Then we'll take this all the way east till we hit another wall. South once, east once, south twice, east 1, 2, and then north once, and that should get us what we're looking for. There are some scribblings on the wall. The princess lives. Once again, not super useful information, but it is kind of nice. So we'll backtrack a bit. We'll go south and then west until we kind of go around the corner, turn south. We can go through a door here, and then we can turn east through another door, and then we kind of have to follow this passage, just try to keep going east. There should be a fight on the other side of this door. We'll see what that is. 1 giant and 2 goblins. All right, so we're just going to have Arwen take out the giant, Durin take out the goblins, Aragorn take out the goblins, and that is it, because now Mary's in the back row. So the kobold, we'll see what happens. I will say, I will say that this has usually been pretty good. And then once again, I don't want to waste my, I don't want to waste my spell points. No, we'll just leave it. It's not going to be good enough for me to care about this early on. Once we get to level 2, that's where I'm going to start caring about chests. Okay, and then we'll turn south from here, east through this door, east through that door, and in this corner we get something else. Beware the creature that lies in the middle of darkness. I honestly don't know what that is referring to. It must be on one of the deeper floors. It's not on this first floor, I can tell you that. All right, you can backtrack through all of that, north out of here, and then, oh, there's a fight. Not necessarily scripted. That is all the clues on this floor. 2 kobolds. Should be easy enough. Down they go. So like I said, Aragorn's only getting 1 attack. Arwen and Durin seem to be getting 3. But if I get a critical with Aragorn, they will instantly die. Go all the way north here, turn west, all the way west, and then here we're just going to go all the way north as much as we can. Once you hit darkness, hit K to go through the door. Maybe go forward 1 more time. And then we will use, with Finrod, the same light wand. Why not? Okay, every one of these doors, this is a room with many, many, many doors. I've just done a full circle. Those are many doors. And behind each door is probably a fight. Probably against a guardian. A lot of them are. We just want to go straight and just complete opposite of where we entered. Just straight north through here. Those are the stairs down. Okay. I'm going to head down to this second level here, and I will say that this is as far as I made it during my level grinding. What I would do is I would turn west here, and you can start kicking down doors. It's a series of doors. Let me count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Technically 11. There's 11 doors for you to kick down going this way. And every time you kick it down, there's a chance you get into a fight. And at the end, there's a message that says, Mangar was here. So we're not going to do that, but that's a good spot for level grinding. I don't need you guys to watch me go through like 10 fights. It's been like 10 to 15 fights because there's a good chance you'll get fights on the way back too. So instead, we are going to try to find more things. And oh, look at that. We have hard fights. All right. You take out the devil dogs. You take out the devil dogs. You take out the first one and you defend. Cast Star Flare. Now, Star Flare can only go 40 feet, so those leapers are way too far back. They usually attack in melee range anyway, so we'll do what we can here. and then Star Flare on B. So kind of spread out between A and B, everybody here. And we'll just kind of hope for the best. Remember, 2 times speed. It is normally half this speed. It just doesn't make sense for me to go through it at the normal speed. 2 times speed, you still get the sense of everything. And yeah, a lot of times they miss because our AC is already so low. Keep in mind, you can start level grinding probably down here around level 5, maybe level 6 or so. And the Leapers have advanced. Like I said, they're melee, so we could wait for them. We'll just have everybody just attack that can. And yeah, Aragorn's still not getting the critical hits. He's kind of a late game type guy. Hey, a mithril helm. That is nice. No, we don't need the stairs here. We'll go forward and then we will switch here. So we will trade number 8. And that can go to number 2. And then number 2, you can equip the mithril helm. That should lower it by 1, yeah? It sure does. Lowers it by 1 compared to the helm. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of information about the equipment in this game, but with armor, it's easy to check. So that is useful. Like, oh, well, that's not as good, or it is better. All right, so let's try to figure out where I want to go on this second stage here, the second level. We'll go east until we hit the wall, then south, I believe, until we hit the wall, east until we hit the wall again, south, and then we can turn west until we hit the door. All right. Oh, geez. 25 screamers. 25. All right. So you guys hit the mongrels. You hit the screamer. You defend. And this is why, like, you have to wait for Starflare. And then I guess you defend. Nothing's going to be super important for you as long as we kill the screamers here. All right, 1 down, 2. And this is how you get a lot of experience, right? Is doing 1 spell and killing 25 screamers. Like, they are melee attackers, so it's not a huge deal that I had to go for them first, but when there's 25 of them, go for the spell that kills everything, right? That's the way to go. And eventually we will get there. I feel like this game wanted me to already know and have beaten the original Bard's Tale before I played this one. Right, and that was pretty standard for the time, right? Oh, 2 and 2. We will fight. You go for B, you go for A, you go for B. Let's assume that the kobold is going for A. Yeah, nobody's attacked me yet. I don't think, right? And, all right, 12 points of damage on me, finally. Okay. Here we go. But I do have over 100. And then we get 2,000 experience for that. Okay. So we want to go west to the door. Let me see, where am I here? So there. Yeah. Okay. I see where I am. We want to go to the door and then through the door, and that will give us darkness. And then we want to go south. 1, 2, 3. West. 1, 2, 3. South? Yeah, I don't think this is where they're telling me. All right. Let me pull up my map again. I believe once it's just 2. Like, it should have just been straight 2. No? All right, so that's east 1. All right, we'll go north until we hit the wall. South twice. All right, so this should be where I got in. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So then we'll turn west, go in to darkness, and then I just go forward 2. Yeah? Isn't that it? All right, well, we have a Medusa. So apparently there was supposed to be like a hint or something for me here. We'll trap zap that. 164, 5 pieces of gold, and that was it. Was not worth it. Let's just turn around and exit out there. And then we will use light wand again. So at least I can see. We're not levitating anymore, but I don't think I really needed to. Okay, so let's go. I thought there was going to be something in there for me, but didn't show up. All right, so. Oh, okay. We will fight. So the Leapers can't get us from here, and we can't attack the Giants. So we'll have everybody in melee range just kind of stick there. Actually, I might have been able to hit them. It doesn't matter. Cast Star Flare at the 14 Cave Giants, and then we'll defend after that. Okay, 1 lived. That's okay, though. Because I think they have to approach to hit me. Just 1? 2 lived. The Leapers advance, everybody's advancing. And then the Kobold goes last, so there's just 1 left. All right, I'll take it. You take out the Cave Giant. You take out the Leaper, defend. You defend, you go for Star Flare this time on the Leapers. Okay. How are we doing? So far, so good. We good? That's all of them. And we get 2,500 experience. And a spear! Not as good as the halberd, but Erwin doesn't need it anyway. Okay, so facing south. We want to go south all the way to the wall. West as far as we can go. No? Did I screw it up? Did I get lost? There's always a chance of that. Yep. Let's turn around. All right, so down south to the wall. West 3, then south as far as it goes. There's some anti-magic stuff. Then west as far as it goes, south as far as it goes, east as far as it goes, and through the door here. Okay. Let's start. Yeah, we'll circle around here. I have too many notes in front of me. We'll turn south. Then we'll go south that way, and then west as far as it goes. Yes. And we'll circle around. This is all for like a note. Like the way to actually move down is actually really easy. Okay, so follow that path. This is a dead end, so you go north. Just keep on following the path all the way around. North is a dead end, so you go south, turn west, and right before these doors, go north, and you want to go through this door here. Strange message is written on the wall. Salmon in Gehoint. And I was like, oh, that must be something backwards, like Nimas. To Hoin. Like, nope. All right. So then we can get out. So, but at least we got the message. You probably will need to write that down. South all the way. East as far as it can go. And then just kind of circle back around. And then eventually you'll end up at this spot here with the doors on either side. We want to go east through this door. Okay. Then south through here, and we want to circle this all around. We'll get into a fight along the way. This is not scripted. 4 screamers, 3 guards, and 3 guards. All right, so we'll try to take out the screamers to start. Just hit the screamers because they're the only ones that can hit me. All right, down goes the kobold. Not surprised. Not surprised. Okay. We'll fight. You hit the screamer. You hit that. We'll start going B. And then I don't want to cast spells. Okay, so now Mary will hit as well. Mary's not obviously my best damage dealer, but, you know, a couple points here and there might help. And lots of misses. 11 more points on Durin, though. Okay, we still have 4 to go, so Arwen can tackle B. Durin B. Aragorn B. Mary, I'm counting on you, bud. Aragorn, maybe I should have counted on you for that. Yeah, no, well, it looks like 2 of them are going to live. Durin misses. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of misses from them. All right, Arwen A, Durin B, A, and B. And then we should be good. Mary doesn't get the kill. 51 points of damage. Okay. Where am I? There I am. Follow this path around. Eventually we'll get kind of a dead end that way. Before I go up there, I will cast with Finrod. I'll cast Levitate here because that should get me over this. Yes. No, there's still a trap. Poison darts to shoot. It doesn't look like I got hit. It doesn't look like I got hit. Okay, then we can go... Well, we could try to go through there, but not going to happen today. Okay. Let's attack. Go with the Wolfman. Yeah. And then you go for Starflare on the Mongrels. You go for Starflare on the Screamers. I do probably need to bring my Mystic Shield back up. Because we're about to go through a lot of fights. I think I have to do up to 5 one way. All for a message. All for a freaking message. All right. I wasn't paying close enough attention. No, nobody got hit. We found a molten figurine. Yeah, can I hit P for party? No, P is pause. Okay. Dissension in your ranks. No. No. All right, party is party attack. I wanted to change the party, so we're fine. Okay, east through here leads us to kind of an open area. We want to go south here with the door kind of on the east side. This says Monster Reformatory. Honestly, we might kind of go through this and then I might have to back out after level 2 just because this has been kind of taxing on everything, but we'll see what happens. Let's cast with 5 Mystic Shield again. Hopefully that helps a little bit. All right, no fight there. We'll go forward until we hit that wall. There's a fight there. Every one of these is a good chance for a fight. 3 conjurers and 27 gnolls. Okay, we need to get the conjurers first. So everybody focus on that. And then we'll have Finrod cast... why am I blanking on it all of a sudden? What's the name of the spell that I've been doing this whole time? No, that's not it. I have to look at my list. I can't believe I have to. Star Flare! There we go. Star Flare. I was like, flare something on the gnolls. Okay. 1 conjurer down. Mary doesn't kill 1. Aragorn does. Gnolls advance. Last conjurer down. None of them got anything off. That's what you like to see. All right, are we good? There's so many. I wish I could speed this one up faster, but 200% I believe is the fastest that I can go. So we'll hope for the best. There's just so many. We'll see if this message is even worth it. Probably is. Oh, wait, there's still a conjurer alive? Aragorn got hit for 6 damage. Alright, kill the conjurer. And that's why you want to go for them first, because they will hit everybody. There are other mages that will... leather armor, that can be sold, I guess. Other mages will actually summon things. You would assume conjurers would, but that's not the case. And turning did it to me. Turning did it to me. Oh, there they are, the Drens. The Drens are not fun. So you guys take out the conjurers, and then we will have Círdan go for Starflare on the Drens, and then we can defend from there. All right, 1 Dren down. 2, 3, 4. We'll see how many are alive. It's easier to count that way at the end of it. Yeah. Oh, 1 still alive. Yeah, the Drens are not nice. Okay, 1 conjurer. Conjurer cast a spell. It goes from the bottom to the top. I'm not sure why. We all repelled it. Yep, there's the wolf. So this is why... all right. So I'm gonna do what I can here. So let's just attack the wolf. Everybody attack the wolf. Everybody else defend. And we'll see what happens, because this was happening a lot to me. Oh, no, it didn't happen this time. What was happening before is I was facing the Dren. We'll advance, by the way. I was facing the Dren, and every time I tried to fight it, it summoned a wolf. And I couldn't advance closer. This is super risky doing this. But so far, so good. We'll advance. All right. I think that a couple people here... Arwen can attack the wolf. And I think that Durin with the... and Aragorn can hit the Dren. We'll see. It won't tell me they're out of range. It'll just say miss. So Arwen can take down there. And nope. Here we go again. Here we go again. Wait, what? No. Attack B. There we go. Yep. Okay. So what is the cheapest spell that I can do to try to kill the the Dren here. Because the basic attack spells are just 10 feet. Star Flare might be the cheapest. That's what sucks, because it's so much. Okay. Like, if you really want experience, this is a good way to get it, but this is not what I had in mind. Using a Star Flare just to kill one Dren. Better kill him. Alright, Trap Zap. Try to get the good stuff in there. Bracers 6. Those have been very good in the past. Okay. Turn south? No. This way. Turn again. No. There's another one here. Okay. I think we can do this. Attack B, attack B, attack B, defend, defend, and I might not need to use Star Flare here. Okay, we got a couple of the Crambos. Oh, 15 damage on me. And they all came up. All right, we got another one there. Attack you, attack you, attack B, and then defend and Star Flare on at least one of these groups. I was really hoping that you guys could get kills, you know? A lot of things are still alive. Okay. A lot of misses my way. But I don't like playing those kinds of odds too often. All right. Everybody just go for the guards. We'll take out the Slimers after that. And Duran gets the last one. Slimers are missing. Okay. One, two, and we're out. I might not. Oh, trap 5. Okay. We found a shuriken. Okay, turn this way, and here is the door. Still another fight. 4 mongrels, 18 screamers, and a Dren. All right, you guys are going to have to take out the mongrels. Kierdan can go for the screamers, and Finrod can go for the Dren. Like, I'm almost out of spell points. Okay, here come the screamers. Like, after all of this, I might have to just back out. There's not too many more fights for me to go through, so I'm kind of hoping for the best, but we will see what happens. I haven't even really been paying attention. Have I been killing things? Are they all dead? Still a couple mongrels, but that is it. So everything else died. Okay, we're just going to have to leave the chest. I need all my spell points right now. We'll just take the experience. Okay. And then in here, after all of that, oh, there it is. After all of that, there was nothing. There was supposed to be some sort of hint in here, but I guess not. Let's start running. How's that? Let's start running. And we'll get out of this section. Zombies aren't fun. They can wither you as far as I've been able to tell. Yeah, we're just going to run from everything. It should be powerful enough that I get away with it a bit, but I shouldn't have to rely on this strategy. Run! I don't want to face that many zombies. Okay, monster reformatory. We made it out. Okay. So we'll go around here. Turn east. One more north. Then we'll turn east. We'll go straight through here. And we're on a spinner. So the spinner, I need to try to point east. Let's cast Magic Compass. All right, so I ended up east. That's the way I wanted to go. We'll take this all the way to the end, north, and around here. One level down, map, wall, and door. Look towards the corners and read the 4. Okay. Now, there's supposed to be something else here, but I honestly don't know what it is. It's not labeled. So we'll see what that is, and then we might basically be done here. I'm not going to fight anything that I don't have to at this point. All the way to the north, and then through this door. Ask it to join. Sure, this is a... They're not letting me asking it to join. So this is somebody that would join your party. It's obviously going to be better than the kobold, but... that didn't work out. What? Where am I? Oh, they warped me through. Well, that'll save me a lot of hassle. Okay. There's supposed to be... So this is where I am right now. East of here is the dark room that I was trying to find something in and then didn't. So we'll go around the back of that and we'll head through here. And then we'll just keep going straight and through these doors until we hit a wall. Once we hit that wall, we'll go north to this corner. A voice whispers, "Ask the bearded one of the tombs." Okay, then we'll go south and through this door. And then we're close to where the exit is. So we'll go north and then west before the dead end, and then north here. There's a series of doors. We're going to ignore them, go west, north all the way, and west until we hit the stairs. So we'll take those up. We won't take them down, turn around that way, go out there, go straight through this door, through darkness, take a step forward. We'll go ahead and cast here. That's not what I meant to do. 5. That's a revelation. That's good. That's the same level spell that we were doing before. It's the only one I could remember. Oh, Mage Flame. That's the other one. Okay. Go forward here. East at that little junction, which is the second one. Oh, we're going to get into a fight here. 4 barbarians. We can run. Okay, then south here. There's a good chance of a fight here, so not surprised we got one. Okay, we will run there. And head all the way west until we hit the wall, turn south, and head here. We'll go through the magic mouth again, and there is the stairs up. Now we have to enter in the character disc because we are out of the dungeon. Hooray! We did it. That was more than I thought. We're going to exit there. It's nighttime, not that it really matters. We will head south from here. We will cast the healing spells, actually, which I didn't actually do while we were in there. Where are my heal spells? Not yours. Yours. All right, so cast 5, Flesh Restore, FLRE, and we will do that on Aragorn. And then you have Círdan here has Quick Fix, QUFI. That can be done on Aragorn. And QUFI on Durin. What is that? 3? So I can do it with Finrod as well. QUFI on you. Cast for QUFI on you. And we're back up to full. Okay, which way am I facing? Let's check out the review board here. How are we doing? 74,000. I don't think that's enough for a lot, but we'll see here, and I will try to go over a level up. I think Finrod's got one. So what I do is I drop a save because I don't like the randomness of this. Oh, I can't do it at night. That's right. And I get into a fight. Really? We did a whole tour of town, never got into a fight. Now that whatever. So we'll go back all the way to the guild, go in, and then we will remove a party member. Bye, Kobold. We don't need you anymore. You're dead. And then we can exit, and then just double check, right? Like, the spell points don't come back, like, at all. No, it's just one at a time in the sunlight. Okay. Adventurers Guild. We'll drop the same save. There we go. Okay. And now we can do an advancement. Finrod should have something. And what am I working on with Finrod? Constitution. Hey, got the Constitution. So we'll drop another save right over the top of that because I got the one that I was looking for. Do you have another one? Nope, we still need a lot. 26,000. And about 5,000. So you guys are relatively close. Well, you need like 1,500. Yeah, some of the classes level up certain levels faster, but then they go back to normal. I don't know. It's been weird so far, but some of the higher level magicians, they need a lot. So there you go. And then do we have more spells for Finrod here? 7,000 for Conjurer level 5. There we go. And let's look at what that means. Conjurer level 5, I remember hearing was not that great. No, it is. We have Greater Revelation. That will illuminate a wider area for a longer period of time. And then we have Shock Sphere. That'll hit a group up to 30 feet away. 10 to 40 points of damage. 7 spell points. So still not as good. Like, it's about the same as Starflare. No, it's still not as good as Starflare because Starflare is 1 point less and it hits 10 feet longer. So Shock Sphere is still not as good. The level 5 is not as good as the level 3 Magician spell. There's a reason they say go for for Magician to start. All right, so as I continue to get my spells back, we could just kind of spend the money here. Where is it? I've already lost it. No, that's not it. Oh, it's here. There we go. There's Roscoe's. I can just spend the money to re-up it, and we can see how much that is, but I might just kind of wait it out. 4 is 585. That's not bad. Sure. And then 5, 870. So it's like 1,000. That's what I'm picturing, is like it's going to be about 1,000 each person. Okay, so we can try this again. This time not doing nearly as much exploring so that we can try to go through there, but we're going to take care of that next time. That's going to do it for this part of The Bard's Tale 2. I'm ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed, I hope you learned, and I hope to see you next time for more of the same dungeon. Thanks for watching.